Hello, Ben Hurlbut here, and welcome to Cabin Oasis version 1.0. This project is meant as a showcase of the interactive user experience I've been designing, and it showcases a small home I designed out in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. The design is meant as an escape for a hypothetical set of clients, or a couple of clients, let's say, that wanted to get away from the bombardment of everyday life and get back to nature. So let's go ahead and jump in. The first thing a user is greeted with is a money shot view with a nice kind of description of the project. But we're just going to go ahead and jump right into exploring. Now once a user proceeds to this point, the first thing they are going to encounter is this help screen. I wanted to make sure to design this not only for users who are used to this sort of interactive environment, but those of us who are not. So, simple set of controls, and shows you how to get back to help in case you need it. Let's go ahead and hide that and start exploring. So I'll just hit the right mouse button so that now I can look around, and use the WSAD keys to move. So this starts you as the typical user of the house. You've just driven up this long driveway from who knows where. You're now encountering this set of barriers to get into the house with a series of thresholds. This includes a bridge over a stream and then this nice big solid wall to get into the house. Now you also notice you can hear the sounds of the scene around us, the sounds of the wind rustling through the trees, the sounds of the stream flowing. And something that I've realized is that in order to really fully immerse somebody, you want to try to engage as many senses as possible, and this includes your ears. So this really helps you bring you to this location out in the middle of nowhere, where the only thing you can hear are these sounds of nature. But then as we approach the house and go inside, those sounds go away. But we are welcomed by this nice warm scene with this warm fire. Even when you get close to the fire, you start to hear the sound of the gas fireplace. And then you also notice that the building starts to dissolve away. And I wanted to include that in the interactive experience of the project. So if we approach the door, it opens right up. But what we really want to do is open the room up to the space. So if you click on this wall, the whole thing opens up. You start to hear that natural sound from outside. We also included a TV just in case, but I wanted to make sure it was hidden because that's, not the main idea of the project. So we walk around over to the dining space with the same kind of wall that opens up. And let's go ahead and head upstairs. As soon as you make it upstairs, there's a little office space just in case you wanted to, check your emails or something, including a standing desk. This and some of the other pieces of furniture I designed myself as well, just because I wanted something that fit with the rest of the project. Also, you'll notice these window skylight elements that are pretty prominent you'll find throughout the second floor. And the idea behind these is they're not just a way for light to get in and out, but they also open up to create these kind of pseudo balconies where you can then just walk right up and experience the outdoors, or just close them right away as soon as we walk away from them. Alright, moving on, you'll also notice the stone fireplace makes its way throughout the second floor as well, all the way to the top. I wanted to make sure this is used as kind of the pivot or the central feature of the house, something Frank Lloyd Wright would do, but I think it works pretty well. Moving on to the bathroom, nothing too fancy in here. There's a toilet, sink, shower. Now the project is meant to be so far out in nature that you wouldn't have to worry about neighbors, but the space does use frosted glass. So, moving on to the bedroom. And the balcony. So that's about it for the house. Let's show off some of the additional features of the interface. We have what's called bookmarks, allows you to quickly get around the project using thumbnail images. Let's see, particularly like this shot. Something else we have is design options. I didn't want to clutter the screen with the design options, and I also didn't want to clutter the menu. So what it does is it's contextual, meaning you only see the design options that are relevant to your current location. So right now we're outside. The two design options we can see are the color of the roof, which you can kind of see, and the color of the wood stain. We actually can't see that very well, so let's go ahead and change the time of day. There we go. Including also the time of the year. So now we can see our changes much better. Just kind of like in addition to that, when the sun sets all the way, I wanted to add some minor effects just to kind of emphasize the changing time. So like when at certain times of the night, you'll see some fog, you'll see fireflies dancing around, just some fun little things. So from there, let's go ahead and jump into another space in the house. So let's say the bedroom, for example. And let's say I want to make some changes to this space. You'll see now if I go to design options, there's some additional things like the bedroom rug, the fabric of the bed itself that we can change. Several other options throughout the house. I won't go through all of them, but they are there. And that actually is about it. Now this is meant to be a living, breathing project. That's why this is version 1.0. My intent is that through explorations and discoveries, I'll continue to update the project as well as the user interface. Go ahead and fly away from the project. But the idea is, as I come up with better ways to explore a design, that this scene will become the main focus of that. But yeah, thank you for coming along with me on this little journey, and I hope you enjoyed my design. Thanks.